Hey y'all, it's Dr. Know-It-All. So I'm going to do a quick drive here with Beta 10.5. This is near my parents' house in Springfield, Virginia, which is basically Washington, D.C. I'm at a red light, obviously, right now. I just enabled the beta, and I'm a little bit stressed about exactly, well, actually, nope, I guess I'm not going to engage the beta. Come on, there we go. Now I've engaged the beta. Anyway, it's just, hot off the press here. This is my first drive with it. And I was just going to say that Washington, D.C., let's see what it does here. Okay, it's creeping a little slow. This is not what I would do if I were driving around here because you got to be a little aggressive, but we'll see. And it's in the wrong lane, so let's see what it does about changing lanes. All right, fortunately, it's a little bit of a low traffic day. It's the Tuesday before Thanksgiving in the United States, so slow down, buddy. Okay, oh, that was aggressive. Woohoo! All right, wow, that's exactly what I would have done, just a little bit less, jerky. Anyway, I'm going to the gym. As you might be able to tell, I got no pants on. It's very cold out. It's like, what is it, 2 degrees right now. So anyway, it's chilly, but whatever. So I just wanted to give it a shot. I think what I'm going to do, you also notice the mileage is very, very low. We drove in last night and I charged it on a 120 for a little while, but as soon as I get done at the gym, I'm going to go to the Springfield supercharger. So if anybody happens to be around this area and wants to go to the supercharger, but I might put in another address just a mile or two away, just to try to make this video a little bit more interesting. We'll see. It's going to have to make, I think it's an unprotected left to get to the gym, if I'm remembering correctly, but there may be an arrow. So we'll see. Anyway, the those first 2 turns after it finally engaged were the lane changes were fairly confident, fairly aggressive. So anyway, all right. And also, there's a bunch of like gifts and things in the back of this car, so if you hear stuff rattling around, that's the reason why. And you'll notice this. That's not that there's nobody back there. It's the back seats are down. This is something, Elon, that I would be really nice if you could fix this when the seats are down. If you could ignore the back seat warning, because it always thinks that there's somebody in the middle seat. Like when this thing pops up again, you'll see it says that there's somebody in the middle seat that doesn't have a seatbelt on, but of course that's just because the back seat is down and there's pressure on the seat from the actual seat itself. So if there's some way to detect that and make sure that it's not like thinking that there's somebody sitting in that seat when the seats are down, that would be lovely, because it's really annoying to have that thing pop up when you don't need it. Anyway, I'm trying to think. I just don't know this area very well. I know where the gym is. I know where the supercharger is. I know where the grocery store is, but the grocery store is right by where the gym is. So I don't know that I've got a ton of stuff where I can do. By the way, I'll tweet this because I'm traveling, I'm just sort of flat uploading these things to the internets, and I don't have a good way of editing things together. So I will post some pictures of release notes on Twitter, so definitely check out my Twitter account. It's DrKnowItAll16 on Twitter, and you should check that out. You should be a follower on Twitter anyway, because I do post a lot of stuff. Oh my goodness. Oh gosh. See, again, it's just a little aggressive in that stopping, because it doesn't, like, I see the fact that I need to slow down a little bit earlier. But anyway, yesterday I did a release notes video, and you might be interested in that simply because it has a whole bunch of stuff about specifically what's new in 10.5. So I'll be checking that out. Obviously, I can't plan to have vulnerable road users or to, it seemed like it made that lane change a little more authoritatively or assertively than before, but that's just a single data point at this point. There's been several people. Homar's catalog said that he had some no disengagement drives, and Elon Musk actually tweeted that he had in Austin some no disengagement drives last night. So that's very cool. Also interesting that Elon's using 10.5, or maybe he's not. I don't know. He said that he had some zero disengagement drives, but he didn't say specifically what it was. Oh, interesting. My tires are a little bit low pressure right now because of the cold weather. But we'll see if I need to inflate them a bit. All right, I would be moving into the other lane right now, but that's just me. I want to be planning ahead in Washington traffic because it can get pretty snarly. But let's see what this thing decides. If it misses the turn, it doesn't matter. I'll let it roll. We'll see what happens. But I would definitely be getting over right now because there is definitely room. is that? What? Oh, that's actually pretty decent. I mean, that's 0.3 of a mile route planning, thinking ahead. That is much, much better than certainly 10.3. I believe 10.4 started to get that direction a little bit. By the way, we drove yesterday for a long ways. The only trouble we had, and of course we were using the beta, but we were on the highway for like 99% of the drive. So it was uninteresting. It wasn't really worth recording that. Let's see if it gets into this lane. Cool. It wasn't really worth recording that, but it was really good, except that if you would push the accelerator, so it was 70 mile an hour speed limit on most of the highways, and if you had to get around, so this is going to be an unprotected left right now. Oh goodness, let's see what happens. It will be a protected left if it waits too long, but it should go after this van. Let's see if it does it. Ooh, okay. A little hesitant in my mind. I would have, once you're committed to that, you got to go faster, but that was unprotected, and it should go into this parking lot. There's a guy behind me. I just want to make sure. Oh, check it out. Oh, yeah, suck on that, Porsche. Sorry. Let's see what it does with this guy pulling out. And Anytime Fitness is right here, so I don't know where it's going. I'm just gonna let it disengage itself. Yeah, okay. So anyway, it got us into the parking lot. It took a while for me to get it to start. Sometimes when you install the beta software, it takes a few minutes before it kind of kicks in and allows you to do it. I'm driving, by the way, right now. I'm just going to go circle around and get into a parking spot. Anyway, so actually let me just pull over here for 1 second. All right, so that's a very brief drive. I will probably post another drive. Yeah, I know the battery's low. It's telling me that Springfield supercharger is only 4 miles away, so I'm going to be totally fine. And of course, somebody's calling right now. I hope that did not mess up my. That's really weird that that's going on. Anyway, so I think that it actually worked really, really well, and I didn't have a disengagement after I, engaged it.